Hey water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. I hope y'all are doing lovely today. I wanted to come on here and shout a quick message for y'all and see what needs to be communicated. Now, of course, these readings are general, so please only accept what resonate, leave the rest, and be aware of any scam pages reaching out to you. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what the message is regarding career. So, Spirit, for the water sign collective, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, what is it that they need to be aware of regarding their career? Short term, this position is temporary, so don't be too attached to it. No worries. You will find something that's even more fulfilling and prosperous. So you may have a project, or you may have, a duty that's short term, job that's short term. We have movement. This wanted to come out when I was shuffling. I saw this. You'll make good progress now, and you'll be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. So the Chariot. One more for the water signs. Oh! Gave me two. You have flashback and spiritual work. So for some of you, you are in a phase where you're just trying to figure out what you want to do. You just want to make sure that what you're doing or what you've done is still aligned for you, and if it's not, then you're taking the time to figure out what you feel like your calling is. You could be working something temporary, short term, because I gotta work, but when I get home, I sit and I grab my little journal and I figure out, what the heck am I here for? What is my purpose in life? What do I feel called to do that's gonna have me fulfilled and honoring my purpose, living in my purpose. Now, you do have flashback here as well. So it says people from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You get a second chance. And we'll see what that means for you. That's a specific message, but we take what we can get around these parts. So let's see. For some of y'all, the short term is the old job. I did that one time, and it did not work in my favor. It didn't work out for me. They were getting on my nerves. So let's see. But you know what? It served its purpose. It served its purpose. Clarify short term for the water signs. The Chariot, exactly. Movement. So overcoming obstacles and challenges by just having to do what you got to do. Short term. Movement. Means to an end. The King of Pentacles. Love that. Being financially secure and successful with the Six of Cups. For some of you, you may be wanting to help others. This could also represent working with children as well. This is healing. This is nurturing. This is support. You could be wanting to give like advice or giving support, some type of like utilizing your gifts here with the Six of Cups. But that's heavy children, heavy childhood energy. For those of you who that does not resonate with, which it's general, so that's likely to happen. That Six of Cups definitely speaks to your inner child as well. So whatever it is that you wanted to do when you were younger and you lost sight of that could definitely be what this is pointing to. Like, ironically, I was a reader when I was younger. I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to sit and read all day, read books all day. And now look, I'm a reader. So, and that's why the spiritual work aspect is imperative, because sometimes the answer is just that simple. Sometimes the answer is that simple. Or it's like, dang, I used to really love doing that as a kid. Why don't I do that now? What's this flashback? What's going on here? For some of you, this is also that old job. Let's see. Like I said, it's the past, it's the childhood, it's the familiar, the Eight of Cups. You may not accept this offer from this old job because you already left. Or working with this person because you already stopped working with them. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. But you might do it though, if it provides the resources that you need. Three of Swords. You just feel like you need to protect yourself. That's all. So what's the spiritual work? Whoa. The Strength reverse. Whoa. The Moon. We got to build up that confidence. We got to build up that confidence. We got to build up that feeling of adequacy with this Strength reverse. Feeling like you can handle the unknown. Because first, let's figure out what we want to do. And then research, and practice. Right? Perfect practice makes perfect performance, even though there's no such thing as perfect. Because when you feel low confidence about doing something, it's because you don't feel like you know it well enough. So you got to study, and you got to practice, and you got to research, and you got to like work your noggin. For real. You got to work your noggin. Because when I was working, because y'all know I worked in human resources for a couple years. The difference between my first interview session with a potential candidate versus my last, stark difference. Stark difference, right? You just got to do it. You got to research. You got to read up on like how to go about this, how to do it, how to refine my skills. Because this Strength in reverse is not going to cut it. This is going to hold you back and keep you in this temporary. Like, you're telling yourself that this situation is temporary, but if you don't do what you're supposed to do to refine your skills, you're going to stay there. And you're going to always be scared. You're going to always be afraid of failure. WWBD, what would Beyonce do? And that's not idolatry. That is acknowledgement of someone's hard work and repetition. Someone who you can identify has refined their skills. That's not idolatry. That's somebody who works hard. So let's see. What is it that the water signs need to focus on at this time? Lord, why do I have a reversal? Knight of Pentacles reverse. Clarify this, because this could go either one of two ways. Either somebody is not doing enough or doing too much. Make sure, like, okay, let's address both. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you have nobody to blame but yourself for your lack of progress. For those of you who are doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you're you got a lot going on with like your workload, time management needs to be addressed. You could be a workaholic here with the Knight of Pentacles reverse, but there's a difference between being busy and being productive. And you have to refine that. You have to make sure that when you're time blocking, when you're making time to address what you need to refine what you need to plan what you need to meet with who you need to make sure that you're being productive, not just busy. But you're making good progress though when we do this. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles reversed for what the water signs need to be focusing on at this time. Temperance. Oh, you're frustrated. Page of Wands. You're frustrated. The Fool. Be honest with yourself. Are you doing what you need to be doing? I know that's rough. I know I'm talking to y'all rough today. I'm sorry. But are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? All right. Now, that is the message that I have for y'all. I do hope that this reading helped. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, there is a link in my bio. But this is where I leave you. I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you.